arguing that Texas loves its sports, and perhaps nobody is as interested in such a broad range of them as Texas attorney Bob Latham, and he published a book called Winners and Losers, Rants and Riffs and Reflections on the World of Sports. We're happy to welcome him here to the NBC5 studio this morning. And now, Bob, you are a lawyer by day, but you've done a little bit of moonlighting as a sports columnist, I guess. And, as I was reading the book, and it really is a great read, there was this feeling that was coming over me, and I realized what it was jealousy. You have been to about every event around the world.
Well, I've been very lucky, and I still have this pesky thing called a day job that keeps me grounded. But I've been lucky enough to write for Sports Travel magazine for 6 years. So the book is a collection of stories from places I've been and some of the events that I've covered.
And just like sports, it's got serious stuff, it's got fun stuff, it's got funny stuff, a lot of different. It runs the gamut, and from Australia to all around the world. You are a Texas guy, though. I know you're a big Rangers fan. Rangers season, baseball playoffs in full swing without the Rangers. Yeah. But as a guy who's followed the team for so long, through the bad times and now the good, I'm wondering what your feelings are as the season wraps up and it's over for the Rangers.
It was a bit of a shock. We felt so good about this team for 3 years. We felt good about them from Game 4 through Game 161.
Right.
And one game, if they win one game, we still have that good feeling, regardless of what happens in the postseason. But that's what sports are about. It's race.
Are Rangers fans spoiled now? I mean, you're so upset. Sure. A few years ago, you tell Rangers fans you're going to be in the playoffs. I take it.
No, they weren't picked to win the division.
Right.
They made the postseason, but you get a little drunk on our success. So it just shows you can't take anything for granted.
All right, the Cowboys still own this town. They always will. Let's talk about their home field, which you talk about somewhat in the book. Jerry's World. Is this place a good thing for sports or a bad thing for sports?
I think it's a great thing for sports. When you go around the sports world and the whole world, they know about Cowboy Stadium. Everyone says, "Man, I've got to come there." The thing is, when you look at when it was open in 2009, which was right in the heart of the crisis, it's going to be a while before somebody outdoes it. So it is a world-renowned place, and I think a phenomenal place to watch a ball game.
And an important place if you're a fan, because as you talk about in the book, going to games is important. So many people now enjoy the comfort of their couch. They want to watch from TV. But you talk about if you really want to experience it, you got to get out there.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to feel it. I write about one of my inspirations for the book was when I was 12 years old. I interviewed Hall of Fame broadcaster Jack Brickhouse, who's a Chicago guy, and I said, "Why don't you have glass on the windows of your booth? Doesn't it get cold in the fall and winter?" And he goes, "I don't want the glass. I got to feel that ball game." And that's the way I feel. You can't feel it as much through a television as you can being in the.
And there's things you miss if you're watching on TV.
You're only seeing what the director of the broadcast wants you to show, rather than directing it yourself.
All right, you can find Winners and Losers on sale now at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Really appreciate you joining us, Bob. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much, Mark.
All right, we'll be back with more in just a moment.